No, not really. It was only about 4 mistakes, one well-worked goal. I give Twin City that. They're a very good squad. They move the ball around very well. Our boys just need to, get the ball moving around, do what we do best, play our football, like style of football, and at the end of the day, yeah, we'll take home the 3 points. So, got a big game this week against Melrose, and hopefully we can do well against them boys. It's a big game at their home ground. It always is. It's always close. Just see if we can pick one early and see how we go. The fact that we've got a lot of young boys in our squad, and yeah, they're stepping up. The oldest player is 24, and then the next is 20. So at the end of the day, we're going to improve as a club, and yeah, we've got a lot of players pushing through, trying to get into the one squad. So we're going to have to work hard to stay at it.
Believe it or not, our front third probably more than anything at the moment. Defensively, we're pretty sound, and we kept possession a lot throughout the middle of the park. But our front third, we just weren't creative enough not to be going up against teams like Twin City and Albury City and being competitive. Your chances are limited when you play the better teams in the comp, and we created a few chances on the weekend, and we put a few away, but we're quite lucky at times as well against a team that's in a fairly big development stage over the next couple of years. So yeah, in our front third, we just didn't have any momentum or creativity or anything. So we've got a lot to work on. Oh, it's probably the hardest part more than anything. We don't overcomplicate things when we play. We keep it quite simple. I think if you give too many messages, I've learned that over the last couple of years, that it starts to get confusing and mixed thoughts and whatnot. They're adapting quite well. They're a good bunch of boys that have come into it, and they're quite socially as well, which helps as well. I believe in having our group close as a unit, which flows onto our game and whatnot in our training sessions. So it's coming together, but it'll take a few weeks before we really start to click. We've had some solid inter-club games before the season started. It's a solid team, basically all over the park too. Yeah, we could probably it'd be very competitive in the senior comp. I think maybe not so much top 5 or 6, but thereabouts, I reckon. Keeping possession, don't give it to them. Basically, they've always been that sort of team over the last couple of years. I know they're developing as well. They're further advanced than where St Pat's would be right now. Sometimes they're a team that's very annoying. They are basically. They run hard. They get stuck in for young boys too. They're quite physical at times, and it's hard. It throws your shape out of the game and our the way we want to play and whatnot. It's hard, and especially in that first 20 minutes. For us, we'll be looking at scoring early and putting the games under wraps and take control and get control of the ball and dominate from there on in.
All we can do now is recoup. We've got a lot of young blokes that want to step up and take that role. They've learnt a lot from him over the time, so if anything, it'd be a better thing for the club to let him go now and get a few younger boys in there to take up what he's been doing. Got a few younger blokes now coming through, like Tim Watts, Angus Kelly, Jacob Kelly. They're all stepping up very well, and Jay Chambers coming through from Resis as well. So yeah, they're boys that are going to put a lot on the park this weekend. It's always tough to do, breaking down their defence, and you've got to get past Fulsey, but it's going to be good this weekend. We've got a good style of football when it comes to moving the ball around and making gaps and stuff like that, so we'll see how we go. Try and pick one up early. Yeah, that's correct. They played triangles really well, Tin City did. They moved the ball around very well, and they've got some really experienced players, but come to this week, all we've really got to do is just try and keep the ball, have some urgency about keeping the ball, and I don't know, hopefully it comes through well this week.
Yeah, it's hard. We've still got some young base players that have been at the club for a couple of years, and they're looking at going to uni next year, so we still will lose a couple. As far as those players go, we try and make it a home for them and a family. That's what our club's about. hopefully we keep them there for years to come. They're still at a stage where a couple of them still got 3, 4, 5 years in playing, and they're solid players. So it strengthens us. We'll keep building. We believe we've got a base already of 7 or 8 solid senior players that'll be at the club for a certain amount of time, years to come before they look at retirement, and these boys just add on to it. So we look to be competitive for the next at least 4 or 5 years.